Good morning. As we arrive on our mats this morning, go ahead and take a comfortable seated position. And as you make your way to your mats, go ahead and allow your eyes to close. Allow your palms to rest on your knees, either palms down for grounding or palms up for receiving. And begin to turn your attention to your breath. Beginning to breathe in and out through the nose. If that's available to you this morning. And as you begin to center yourself for practice, know that at any point during the practice, child's pose is a great pose to take a break, a rest, to recenter whenever needed. Beginning to relax in your jaw. Relax in your eye sockets and around your eyes. Releasing any tension in your forehead. Feeling your shoulders drop down away from your ears. Begin to extend the crown up towards the sky. Sitting just a little bit taller. And I've chosen a mantra for today. This one is by Irene Casorla. The pen that writes your life story must be held in your own hand. Just knowing that we have the power to create our reality. And yoga can be a powerful vehicle by which we create. I'd like to take a quick breathing practice, Kapalabhati, or the fire breath. So go ahead and place one hand on your diaphragm. Just for a few breaths, just feel as your belly rises and falls. And with the fire breath, we actually only focus on the exhale. So you're going to imagine your diaphragm and lungs like a sponge, and you're going to push the exhale out through your nose by using those abdominal muscles. The in-breath, you're just going to allow the air to come back in. So it's just going to want to refill like a sponge. I'm going to take this at a quick pace. So start by filling your lungs, so taking a nice deep breath in. And begin. And exhale. And inhale. A nice slow exhale. And at the top of our next inhale, we're going to go for one more round. And exhale. And inhale. You can go ahead and release your hand back to your knee, returning to nice slow breaths in and out through the nose. On your next inhale, drawing your arms up over your head, palms facing each other, extending through the sides. And exhale, dropping that right hand to the mat, bending over towards the right. On an inhale, coming up through center. And exhale over to the left. Inhaling up through center. And exhale to the right. Inhale center. And exhale left. One more round. Inhaling center. And exhale to the right. Inhaling up. And exhale left. Go ahead and come back through center. And releasing your hands to your knees. We're going to go ahead and come onto our backs. And we're just going to practice the tuck. I see the people that are on probably already know it, but anyone out there maybe viewing on Facebook Live. So go ahead and make your way to your back. Soles of the feet come to the mat. And as you just lay naturally, you should feel just a small space where your spine just naturally curves off the mat. Now I want you to press down so that your whole spine touches the mat. And you'll kind of feel your abdominals activate, and your belly button is what I'll refer to throughout class as tucking your belly button. So this is the action. So memorize how this feels right now. And we're going to be activating that tuck throughout class. So maybe take it a few times, tuck, and release, allowing that curve to come back into your spine. Tuck, pressing that spine to the floor, and release. And one more time, tuck, and release. Go ahead, bring your knees up, grabbing behind your thighs, and rolling up to seated. From here, making our way onto our hands and knees. And in all yoga poses, we kind of want to stack our joints. So double checking that your wrists are right under your shoulders, knees right under hips, and from a nice neutral spine. On our first inhale, we're going to draw our tailbone and head up. And on our exhale, back into cat, pressing through the hands and knees. And here you can kind of activate that tuck. So really crunching the abs in cat. Inhaling forward to cat. And exhaling back, crunching. Inhaling forward. And exhaling back. A few more times. At the pace of your own breath. And what you put into this is what you'll get out of it. This is all moving your own body weight, activating your muscles. Leaning back in neutral spine. We're going to go now from side to side. So drawing your hip towards your nose towards your hip. And back through center. And then crunching to the other side. Inhale to center. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. So go ahead and move at the pace of your own breath for a few more rounds. Really activating that side body here with the crunch. And making our way back to neutral spine. Go ahead and draw that left foot back, pressing out through the heel. And you might just press through the hands, pressing back a little bit more, seeing if you can find a nice stretch along the back of the leg there. And releasing that push, go ahead and just lift that left leg off the mat, parallel to the ground. You can really press out through the heel or the ball of the foot. And you might stay here. You might go ahead and take that opposite arm up. Really elongating out through those fingertips, out through the back foot. Drawing that belly button up and in. And release. Go ahead and draw that right heel back. Again, for the first couple breaths, maybe pressing into the hands a little bit. And then bringing that right foot up off the mat, parallel to the ground. Once you find center here, you might go ahead and draw that left arm up as well alongside your ear. Tucking that belly button in. Really making a nice long line out through the fingertips and all the way out through the back of those toes. Continue hugging in and release. We're going to go ahead and take the toes together, knees wide, and press back into child's pose. As you let your forehead come to the mat. This is a beautiful pose at any point during the class to just take a little breather, take a moment, reset. On your next inhale, coming back forward onto your hands and knees. Replacing those hands, so every finger coming apart, making as big of a base as you can, tucking those back toes under. You're going to begin to press the hips up and back for our first down dog. And as it is the morning, we might need a little bit extra help warming up, stretching out. So maybe you begin by pedaling the feet out, bending one knee, then the other, just extending one heel towards the ground at a time. And then go ahead and press both heels towards the mat. On your next inhale, bending deeply into the knees, gazing forward. And let's just walk our feet up towards our hands. And we'll arrive at the top of the mat in forward fold. Go ahead and just take a couple breaths, releasing here into forward fold, relaxing the head and neck, the shoulders, taking a pretty good bend in the knees, allowing that lower belly to rest on your legs. And then tucking that tailbone under, you begin to roll up, one vertebra at a time, allowing your head and neck to come up last. On your next inhale, drawing the arms up overhead. And exhale, swan dive into forward fold. Inhale, bringing your hands to your shins, flat back. And exhale, placing the hands and stepping back into high plank. We'll take just one inhale at the top of the plank. For the first one today, go ahead and drop your knees to the ground, then your chest, then your chin, sliding through to just a baby cobra. This is mostly all back work. So pressing the tops of your feet and legs into the mat, drawing your shoulders back away from your ears, and just gently pressing into your hands. And then go ahead and begin to press all the way back up into down dog. From down dog, go ahead and inhale that right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, placing it through for a low lunge. And you might shimmy that foot a little bit more forward until you can stack the ankle right under the knee. Taking just a couple breaths here. We're going to begin to lift the arms off the mat alongside the ears, drawing out through that belly, elongating through the side body, and then beginning to lift from there up into crescent, pressing down strongly into that front foot. You can begin to drop the hips down, stretching that back heel towards the mat. Go ahead and open those arms into cactus arms, drawing the elbows down, shining that heart up. And on your next exhale, releasing the hands back to the mat. Go ahead and shimmy that front foot out and back into down dog. And inhaling the left leg up. Exhale, stepping through. Low lunge. And from here, you can begin, same as the other side, but just bringing the arms alongside the ears. Beginning to lift that belly up off the leg and rising up into crescent. Beginning to extend that back heel towards the mat, maybe deepening into that front leg. Opening up the arms, drawing the elbows down, shining the heart up. Maybe you take a gaze up. And on your next exhale, placing the hands and shimmying that foot back, down dog. We're just going to do one more vinyasa before coming to the mat. So inhale, bending the knees, gazing forward. Exhale, walking the feet to the hands. Go ahead and let's set up the feet here so that your feet are even with your hips and parallel to each other. Then go ahead and begin to sit that bottom back, drawing the arms up alongside the ears for chair pose. Go ahead and take a gaze down. Make sure you can see your toes, all 10 toes. If not, go ahead and shift those hips back a little bit further. From here, you can begin to raise the chest. And inhale, pressing into the feet all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Inhale up. Exhale, sitting back into chair pose. Inhale here. And exhale. One more deep inhale. And on your exhale, placing the hands to forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, placing the hands, stepping back. One, inhale here at the top of the plank. And then exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. And exhale, back, down dog. Go ahead and bring those big toes together, knees wide. Press those hips back, child's pose. And as we take a few breaths in child's pose, I'm just going to bring back into the forefront of our minds the mantra from the beginning of class. The pen that writes your life story must be held in your own hand. So on your next inhale, go ahead, you can come forward onto your hands and knees, and then make your way all the way onto your belly. Go ahead and make a pillow with your hands right in front of you and place your forehead on the pillow. From here, I want you to kind of shake your hips back and forth, getting them nice and flat on the mat. Then I want you to press firmly your thighs and feet down into the mat. We're going to take locust pose or Shalabhasana. So go ahead, inhale that forehead up. Draw your hands back along your sides, palms facing in towards your hips. And on an inhale, we're going to rise up as far as we can. And we're going to take a couple breaths here. Tops of the feet and thighs still pressed into the mat. And go ahead and make that pillow and release your head back to your hands. And on your next inhale, lifting the head up, drawing those hands back along your sides. And on an inhale, rising up as high as you can, working those back muscles, drawing the palms of the hands in towards one another as you press the fingertips back. And place the hands back on the mat, releasing the head. Next, we're going to come into Sphinx pose. So go ahead and place your elbows right under your shoulders, hugging your upper arms in towards your chest. Go ahead and place the palms of your hands on the mat. And then you're just going to kind of energetically pull into those hands to open your chest a little bit more and draw your heart forward. You're drawing your shoulder blades down and together. And then drawing the crown up kind of at a diagonal. You want to keep your neck in alignment with the rest of your spine. So you're not looking up, you're actually kind of gazing down and towards the front of your mat. And keep drawing back energetically in those elbows, keep pulling that heart forward, and then press down through the tops of your legs and feet into the mat. Maybe even squeeze through the glutes a little bit. And release all the way back onto the mat. Go ahead now and make your way onto your back. And we're really going to get into the front core now. We've done the back part of our core. So bringing the soles of the feet to the mat. Go ahead and begin with that crunch. Then just make a nice little nest, just to touch behind your head. I don't want you pulling or yanking on the head. And on an inhale, we're going to draw the head and shoulders off the mat. Then drawing the feet and legs up at a diagonal, releasing the feet to the mat, and then releasing your head and shoulders. So inhaling up, feet up, returning the feet, and returning the head. Let's do that a few more times. Inhaling up, feet, exhale, feet, head and neck. Inhaling up, legs, exhale, return, return. Inhaling up, feet up, exhale, releasing the toes and the head and neck. Two more times, inhaling up and feet, exhale, release and release. Last time, inhaling up and feet, and exhale, release and release. And go ahead and release that head. Next, I want you to make a triangle with the hands. So your thumbs are going to come together and your pointer fingers come together. Then you're going to take that triangle and place it right under your sacrum, palms down on the mat. From here, go ahead and inhale your feet up. It should feel pretty comfortable for both your hands and your sacrum. So go ahead, adjust until you get that sweet spot. And then we're going to do some scissor kicks. So dropping that right foot towards the mat. And then switching. Left foot comes down, right foot comes up. And switch. And switch. Drop that bottom foot kind of as close to the mat as you can. And switch. 3 more times. And switch. 2 more times. Switch. And 1 more time. And go ahead and draw both feet up. And then release the soles of your feet to the mat. Pressing into your feet, releasing your hands. And rolling your back to the mat. Let's go ahead and grab behind the thighs and just rolling up into seated. We're going to take just the first variation of Navasana. So nice and easy just to end our core for today. So placing your hands behind your back, fingertips back to your body, pressing through the hands to really raise that chest up. And then you're just going to draw your feet up off the mat. Continue drawing that chest towards the legs. A few more breaths here. And exhale, releasing the feet to the mat. Go ahead and grab behind the thighs and roll back down. You're going to take happy baby. So drawing your knees up. You can either take your pointer finger and middle finger and wrap it around the big toe. Or you can grab the outside of your feet. And you're really going to draw those knees into the chest. Once you've got a nice hold, go ahead and begin to push those feet back up into your hands as the hands draw down. Pressing your tailbone and shoulders towards the mat. Feeling an opening across the back, feeling your whole back spread and kind of press into the mat. Maybe you rock a little from side to side, massaging the hips. And releasing the feet. Go ahead and drop the soles of your feet to the mat, but have the outside edge of each foot come to the outside edge of the mat. And we're just going to take a super easy twist for a few breaths, dropping both knees to one side. Inhaling up through center, exhale, dropping them both to the other side. Inhaling up, exhale, dropping. Inhaling up, exhale, dropping. One more time each side, inhaling up, exhale, dropping. And one last time, inhale up, exhale, drop. Go ahead and return to center. And for Shavasana today, we're actually going to take Supta Baddha Konasana or bound ankle pose. So bringing your knees out wide, soles of the feet come together like a closed storybook. And from there, as you relax your knees, your feet may peel apart a little bit, allowing your arms to come out a little bit away from your sides, palms open up. Go ahead and adjust the head and neck so they feel nice and straight in line with the spine. And from here, beginning to release your control over the breath, allowing it to return to its natural flow. Just observing it. The coolness of the breath as it flows in, the warmth as it flows out. Just feeling your chest rise and fall. Releasing any last tension that you may be holding in your jaw, around your eyes, and your forehead. Just letting that all go. Right here, right now, while you're not. And on your next inhale, grabbing behind your thighs and drawing your knees up to center. Go ahead and draw those knees up one more time. You can begin by rolling, maybe massaging out the spine for a few partial rolls before coming all the way up to seated. Bringing your hands to your knees, allowing your eyes to close for one last moment. And I'm going to leave you one more time with the mantra for today. The pen that writes your life story must be held in your own hand. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.